Hi there, I'm David Arundel, otherwise known as the Lazy Animator. In this video I'm going to take you behind the scenes on my entry for Reallusion's Animation at Work competition 2024. So I've entered the business animation category, advertising Animation for Business, which is my own animated explainer video business, which you can see the actual website for it here. The idea is that we're low cost because we use pre-existing graphics from libraries such as those like the Cartoon Animator marketplace. My entry itself is a recreation of a video ad that I created a few years back now. Originally, Animation for Business used a cloud animation service called Beyond, and this was the video that I created for it. Just play it through. It's very short, 30 seconds or so. Do you need an animated explainer video for your business, but don't have the time or design skills to create something truly amazing with Beyond? Animation for Business has been creating low-cost animated videos with Beyond since 2012. Our team are experts at making great quality animations at a price to suit almost any budget. We give you more animation for less. Visit our website for further information or email info@animation4business.com for a free quote today. There you go, that entire animation was made with Beyond, which I don't use anymore because ironically their service became too expensive as a third-party operator selling videos to clients from. So we pretty much dropped their platform just to save money and opted into using Cartoon Animator because we don't have a subscription service like Beyond did, a one-time payment, and we can purchase all the assets that we use. In doing so, obviously I needed to update this particular video. So that's what I set out to do with my entry today. This is the initial storyboard that I did for that video. It was pretty much no point in doing a completely new storyboard when I already had this. All I had to do was recreate this using assets from Cartoon Animator. So what I'll do is I'll break down maybe a couple of scenes just to show you how they were done. And hopefully that will be enough for showing how the work in progress or side of things was all done. Just like Beyond, the whole point of using Cartoon Animator was the big advantage is having the Cartoon Animator marketplace and content stores where I can just buy all the assets, animations, and reuse them over and over in client videos. A particular developer that I like to use for my animated explainer videos is Saipan Design. Her graphics and characters are most similar to what Beyond was doing, and they're very much designed for this particular purpose. And a lot of the props are from Reallusion themselves, their own content packs. For the same reason, they have a lot of props that fit right into this sort of flat infographic look that Animation for Business tends to favour. In making the animation, I created all of the scenes separately. You can see I've got all of my scene files going here. This particular one that I've got loaded has a few highlights to point out. This is actually two scenes in the actual animation because there's a transition that I needed to do. But the first highlight I wanted to mention is this character here. This is a customized character from Saipan's designs. Not a whole lot of customization going on. It was basically her character, and I just needed to change the hair to look a little bit more like me because this is meant to be my avatar. And I also added the glasses, which I believe come from possibly one of Reallusion's content packs. But something else I did with this is with Saipan's characters, you'll notice if I take this into the composer, none of Saipan's characters have G3 360 heads because a lot of these were designed before that feature became available. If I show you this head here, which is my customized head, move it back and do a preview, you'll see this doesn't really work very well with the 360 heads. When we get on later into the other scene we're going to be looking at, I'll show you how I changed this character so that it had a 360 head. Now you'll see through the whole animation there's this right to left transition going on between each scene. Things will come in from the right and go out on the left, and this particular scene I needed this transition to go from here, do the next one, and I couldn't actually do it in my editor effectively enough, so I did it inside Cartoon Animator. I'll just play this scene quickly. Our team are experts at making great quality animations at a price to suit almost any budget. We give you more animation for less. So you see that transition that was there is why this has got two scenes in it. And the other thing I wanted to point out is all of this text is done inside Cartoon Animator. It's completely editable. If I wanted to make this change this to something else, I can just go in here, change the word. Let's say instead of quality we did the word excellent, and apply. And you can see it easy enough to change a word. And now when I play that, our team are experts at making great quality animations at a price to suit almost any budget. We give you more animation for less. And as many of you know, I have various courses on Cartoon Animator, and I have one specifically for animating text inside Cartoon Animator so that you can do this kind of thing where you can have editable text in your scenes so that you can easily change them without having to mess around with external editors and stuff like that. Be sure to check out my Lazy Animator website for those. I don't think there's too much in here that needs to be highlighted after that. All of the scenes are pretty much the same, done the same. If you look at the characters and how they're animated, a lot of them are using pre-animated motions that I customize for certain things. This is stand and chat. You can see there's a few keyframes in here where I've changed stuff, but for the most part they're all using standard motions, and obviously doing that saves me a lot of time. I don't have to spend too much time animating. Getting into the other scene that I wanted to highlight, this particular animation only runs for just over 30 seconds, and I thought that was going to be enough for the competition. And then, like a lot of you, I took another look at the rules and discovered that the business category, you needed at least a minute of animation for that particular category, not the 30 seconds that you get for cartoon and illustration category, I think it is. In order to fix that problem, I decided to do a motion capture character. Since this particular video doesn't have any lip sync in it, the only lip sync is this sort of gibberish talk that the characters are doing. So I created this scene, and again, this is my avatar. This particular face animation on this one was completely done with motion capture. The body is pre-animated motions customized together because I only have the facial capture motion system. I don't have anything to do the body with, so I find I can quickly do face animation, but then I have to do something for the body so that it looks just a little bit more, well, animated. As I mentioned before, these characters don't have 360-degree heads, so first up I'm going to take this character into the composer and show you the difference between this one and the one you saw in the previous scene, and preview this, and you'll see this one has got a much better head moving around. Well, you notice the glasses, sort of the arms fly off the sides. I just didn't really worry about that too much because the character is mostly looking at the camera for much of the animation. Otherwise, this didn't take very long to set up. It was mostly maybe about an hour or so tinkering around using my technique, which is to create this angle. Like, you start with the front angle, then this angle, and you'll notice if I go up to the corner, it's the same head, doesn't change at all. I just copy this one to the top and tilt it. Then I copy the same head to the bottom, tilt it, then go across here. I'll copy this head over to here, make any adjustments needed, and then I'll copy this head up to here and tilt it up. Copy this head down to here, tilt it down, and then it's just a case of making the top and bottom ones, adjusting those, and you have a reasonably good looking 360 head. Now this background is one that I created myself. It's a completely drawn background, custom background from scratch that I created for my Lazy Animator courses. Maybe to the 360 camera, and you can see it just there. It actually does have all outlines and stuff. Just for this particular version of it, I've removed all the outlines because we wanted that really flat infographic look. And As I said, the character was done with motion capture. I might try demonstrating that. I do use the Face 3D for body, usually when I'm doing motion capture, but once you start putting on pre-animated motions, they tend to wipe out the body motion capture, but I keep it on anyway as a first pass, just in case it looks okay and I decide I don't need to do pre-animated motions. I never record my audio in real time when I'm doing motion capture if it's not for a live performance. I always have the audio recorded as I'm saying it, but have it set to post-process the lip sync. You can see character, not too bad, but I don't think my system is really that powerful enough to capture lip sync, and I have to really sort of move my mouth if I want it to work properly. But it's good for getting the head movements, and it does, as you can see, get the eye blink movements and the eyebrows. Even though I'm wearing glasses, it does a pretty good job. There you go, that's pretty much how I animated this part of the video. It's just the motion capture, and then I applied actual pre-made motions to it. I'm not going to record that. Now you can see how that was done. That's all the inside Cartoon Animator stuff. It's nothing really complicated to animate. It was just a little bit time consuming. So the whole thing took me maybe a couple of weeks just tracking down all the assets and creating the scenes. Not working full time, just whenever I get a bit of time I'd work on it. Pretty much everything was animated with Cartoon Animator, and then I just put it all together in Shotcut. Is a free open source video editor that I use, and I really haven't done much in the way of post-processing on here other than adding transitions like this fade in, doing all the sound effects in here. You'll see all of the audio from Cartoon Animator I pretty much break off of the clips and redo as audio tracks in Shotcut. Beyond that, there's not too much to show in the editor other than things like this where I've added a title here. So I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope you found this behind the scenes work in process kind of video useful, and now have a bit of insight into how I made my entry for the Animation at Work 2024 competition for the business category. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.